Hello dear friends, I am Satpal Verma from Government National College Sirsa. Today we are going to discuss an essay taken from Literature and Language Part 1 for the students of BA first semester. The name of the chapter is The Responsibility of Young Men, written by Lal Bahadur Shastri. So let's first of all talk about the author. Its author is Lal Bahadur Shastri. The students, Lal Bahadur Shastri was the second Prime Minister of India who took over after Jawaharlal Nehru's death in 1964. Lal Bahadur Shastri was born on 2nd October 1904 in Mughal Sarai. His father was a teacher and his name was Sarda Prasad Srivastava, who died when Lal Bahadur Shastri was only a year old. Lal Bahadur Shastri was greatly impressed by the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, and Lal Bahadur Shastri became almost a national hero following India's victory in the Indo-Pak War of 1965. And one of his slogans became very famous during the Indo-Pak War of 1965, and his slogan was Jai Jawan, Jai Kishan. The war formally ended with the Tashkent Agreement of 10 January 1966, and Shastriji died the following day in Tashkent of heart attack. It means Lal Bahadur Shastri died on 11th Jan 1966 in Tashkent. Shastriji was awarded the Bharat Ratna posthumously. Posthumously means after death, Maranoparant. So that's all about Lal Bahadur Shastri. And now we will talk about your essay, about the essay. The essay, The Responsibility of Young Men, is in fact the abridged version. Abridged means shortened version, छोटा किया हुआ version of the speech delivered by Shastriji at the convocation of the Aligarh Muslim University. And this speech was delivered on December 1964. So, what he talks about here in the essay? Here, Shastriji talks about the role that the Indian youth has to play in the development and progress of the country. Keep in mind, development and progress of the country means what the Indian youth, what the Indian young men should do for the development and progress, prosperity of the country. He also talks about the rights and duties of citizens. What are the rights and what are the duties of citizens? Then he talks about qualities of an ideal citizen. Means what are the characteristics of an ideal citizen? He also talks about our position with regard to secularism. Means he also talks about secularism. And finally, he talks about fundamental unity in India. Though outwardly there is diversity in India, but even then fundamentally we are one. So how India is one, how the unity has been maintained in India, the author talks about these points in detail. So now let's read the chapter in detail. So the chapter starts like this. Whatever your station in future life, station here means position, means whatever position you achieve in your future life, in life to come, you should first of all think of yourself as citizens of this country. Means whatever position whatever status, whatever job you achieve in times to come. But first of all, you are the citizens of this country. This confers, matlab, being the citizen of this country confers means grants on you certain rights. Being the citizen of this country gives you certain rights which are guaranteed by the Constitution of India. These rights have been guaranteed by the Constitution of India, but it also subjects you to certain responsibilities. So, on one hand, you are granted certain rights. So, along with your rights, you have some responsibilities which also have to be clearly understood. So, these responsibility must be understood by you. In the next passage, ours is a democracy. Our country is a democratic country which enjoins freedom to the individual. Enjoin means to direct. So, every individual has been granted a certain kind of freedom. But this freedom has to be subjected to a number of voluntary restraints in the interests of organized society. It means that you have been granted freedom, but your freedom is not limitless. There are certain limitations on your freedom, and these limitations are voluntary. Means you yourself have to control, or you yourself have to put certain restraints or controls or the checks on your own freedom in the interest of the organized society, in the interest of the society. And these voluntary restraints and these control have to be exercised and demonstrated in everyday life. So these voluntary checks or the restraints or the controls have to be used and demonstrated. It must be shown in your day-to-day life. Means you have to show these voluntary restraints in your daily life. Further, the author talks about an ideal citizen, and this passage has been asked many times in the examination. A good citizen is one who obeys the law. So, who is a good citizen? Number one, who obeys the law. Whether there is a policeman around or not, whether there is a policeman around him or not, who takes delight in performing his civic duties. So, an ideal citizen is one who obeys the law of the country, and he also takes delight in performing his duties. In the olden days, means in the earlier days, sense of self-restraint and discipline was inculcated. Inculcated means instilled, generated by the combined effort of the family and the teacher. in the in the olden days, in the earlier times, in ancient times, the sense of self-restraint means self-control and discipline was generated by the family and the teacher. But today things have undergone fundamental changes. The economic stress of present day life. There is a lot of economic stress. So, unfortunately, do not have enough time to the parents to look after the children. So, the parents cannot look after their children on their own. Why? There is a lot of economic pressure. Suppose both husband and wife are working, they are doing job, so they cannot look after their child or their children perfectly, properly, and this is gives a way to their children or their child to lead astray, to bhatak sakta hai. So let's go to next slide. In the educational institutions, in the education institution means schools and colleges, the numbers have grown so large. The strength is very large, very huge, so as to take away the benefit which used to accrue means increase formerly by personal contact between the teacher and the students. So due to the heavy number of students, the personal contact between the teacher and the student has been lost. Inevitably, necessarily, our young students are often left much to their own resources. So students are left on their own, and often this creates problem. And when they are left on their own, it creates a lot of problems which we all know about. This is an important aspect which needs thorough examination, and this aspect must be discussed in detail. Now he will talk about the responsibility of young citizens. The responsibility of young citizens is great. In my view, means according to Lal Bahadur Shastri, every station of life is important in itself. Every stage of life is important. Work has its own dignity. Work is worship. Every work should be respected, and there is great satisfaction in doing one's own job to the best of one's ability. If we do our job with the core of our heart to the using our full ability, so it gives satisfaction. Whatever duties are there, we should apply ourselves with sincerity and devotion. It means we should perform our duties sincerely and with devotion. Devotion means samarpan bhav. Such an approach, if we apply this approach, apart from being good in itself, this approach is very good, also had the added advantage of opening avenues for further advancement. If we apply this approach, it will open new possibilities for our betterment. So, we should do our job sincerely. We have to see whether we have done our job well before thinking of criticizing anyone. This is, we do not do this actually. We do criticize others more than looking into our inner self. So the author says that before criticizing others, first of all, we should verify whether we have performed our duty well or not. All too often, we succumb to the temptation of decrying others. Succumb here mean give way, but we do not bother to look to ourselves, and we start criticizing others. So let's go to next slide. We should never forget that loyalty to the country comes ahead of all other loyalties. It means that first of all, we should be loyal to the country, and loyalty to the country is on the top. Means we have to be loyal to the country first of all. And this is an absolute loyalty, yes, since one cannot weigh it in terms of what one receives. We cannot, weigh it. हम इसको तोल नहीं सकते in terms of what one receives, that what we have got from our country. We have to be sincere, we have to be loyal, that's all. It is essential to remember, it must be remembered that entire country is one, the whole country is one, and that anyone who foster means promotes separatism, means division, and fissiparous tendencies. Fissiparous tendencies means advocating separation, विघटनकारी प्रवृत्तियाँ, you can say it. So anyone who promotes or anyone who increases, anyone who advocates such kinds of, separatism, he cannot be our true friend. What I have said stems means comes from, generates from a desire, means I have a desire to see that the youth of our country prepares itself in a disciplined and determined manner for the responsibilities of tomorrow. So, Lal Bahadur Shastri desires that the youth of our country should prepare itself in a disciplined and determined manner for the responsibilities of tomorrow. So we should be disciplined, we should be determined in this regard, and we should be ever ready to take up the responsibilities whatsoever. Next, he talks about our democracy. A democratic country is sustained not by the greatness of a few, but by the cooperative efforts of the many. Sustained here means continued. So, a democratic country can be continued, can be maintained, can be sustained not by the greatness of many, but by the cooperative efforts of all. So, in order to run uh, successfully a democratic country, cooperative efforts of many means many people is required. The future of the country is in your hands. Is in your hands means the future of the country is in the hands of the youth. And as the older generation complete their task, and as the older generation complete their task, complete their work, the new ones come along to take their place. This is common thing. Our old people pass away, and the new generation or the young take their position, and with their position they have some responsibilities as well. If they are well equipped as individual and as citizen, so if the youth or young people are well trained as individuals and as citizens of this country, the country's future will be bright. Suppose the youth of the country is not equipped, is not trained, okay, is not prepared in a good manner, so the country of the future cannot be bright. So, your Lal Bahadur Shastri says that the youth of the country should be well equipped, well trained, well disciplined, so that the country's future remain bright. At a time when you are at the threshold of a new period in your life. So, to addressing the young people, he says that you are at the threshold of a new stage in your life, and I would urge you, urge means I would advise you to play your role with confidence and dignity. So, the youth of the country should play their role confidently and in a dignified manner. Let's go to next slide. Our position with now he talks about secularism. He will tell us something about secularism. Our position with regard to secularism is known so well that it hardly needs any reiteration. Reiteration means repetition. That is, our position with regard to secularism is well known all over the world, so it need not require any repetition. It is embodied in our constitution. It has been well explained in our constitution. यह हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में निहित है, which ensures equal respect for all religions and equal opportunities for all the citizens, irrespective of their caste and creed and the faith which they profess. So, according to the secularism that has been, provided in our constitution, so it ensures that equal respect is given to all the religions, and equal opportunities are provided to all the citizens of the country, and there should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, creed, that is faith, and he can cherish the faith that he desires, the faith which they profess. So he can believe in the faith they like. So there should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, creed, religion, in spite of a seeming diversity. So there is diversity seemingly means outwardly, but there is a fundamental unity in India. But inwardly, India is one. Fundamentally speaking, India is one. There is unity in India. Though outwardly speaking, there is diversity, which we all cherish. And cherish means we have to appreciate our fundamental unity, and it has to be constant endeavor. Constant means continuous, and endeavor means attempt. It should be our constant effort, it should be our continuous effort to maintain and strengthen this unity, that is fundamental unity. So we should work for maintaining, we should make constant endeavor, we should make constant effort to maintain and strengthen this fundamental unity. Now the author talks about how the country can progress, and this is last passage of the essay. The country can progress only if it does away completely with fishy-pairs tendencies and emerges as an integrated whole. कहता है our country can progress only if it completely does away with fishy pairs tendency. So we will have to say goodbye to the fishy pairs tendencies. We will have to work without fishy pairs tendencies. Fishy pairs tendencies we have already explained. That is tendencies that promote or encourage separatism and emerges as an integrated whole. If our country emerges as an integrated whole, as a single whole, only then our country can progress. If fishy-pairs tendencies, arise, then our country cannot make any progress. And it is in the field of education that the seed of secularism has to be shown at the earlier stages. It's a great point. Lal Bahadur Shastri says that we have to show the seed of secularism in the mind of the people, in the mind of especially our children at the earliest stages, especially in our educational institution. So he is, giving great responsibility to the teachers. While the students are, when the children are, studying, or they are in their primary stage or in their middle stage, so the seed of secularism should be shown in the mind of the students. Why? So that the plant of secularism can be carefully nurtured. Nurtured means looked after, so that it can be looked after properly as it grows. As the student or the children grow up, the plant of secularism also, develop or grow in a disciplined and good manner. So, dear students, you have seen the author talks about your citizenship, your duties, your responsibilities, and how some duties are accompanied by some responsibilities which we have to, show and exercise in our day-to-day life. He also talks about citizens, what are the various, features of a good citizens, and what is secularism. He also talks about your how the country can progress, what are our loyalties towards the country, and what are the duties of a teacher, what are the duties of a good citizen. So it is our cooperative efforts, and if we want to see our country progress, we should show the seed of secularism at the earliest stage. And number two, the youth of the country should ever ready to take up the responsibility, and the youth should be well trained and well disciplined, well equipped, so that the country's future remain bright. So he advises the youth of the country to play their role with confidence and sincerity. And according to Lal Bahadur Shastri, no work is, low or high. Equal dignity and respect should be given to every kind of job. and he also says that we should perform our duty with the with the best of our ability, and it will give us great satisfaction. So this is all about your essay, and now we will talk about some glossary or the terms which have been used. Confer. Confer means grant a qualification, title, right or position, etc. So confer. Accrue. Accrue means to increase over a period of time, मतलब समय के साथ साथ इसमें इंक्रीज होना. Accrue. Restraint. Restraint means control. It has been used many times. It has been used many times. You have seen. Temptation. Temptation means attraction. Attraction. Foster. Foster means promote, to increase. You have seen it that when we read anyone who fosters Fissiparus tendencies is not our true friend. Fissiparus means advocating separation or division, or having separated or advocating separation. In Hindi it is called Vigtankari. Creed. Creed means faith. Cherish, Cherish, not SG. Cherish means appreciate. And nurture. Nurture means look after. So that's all about glossary. And now we will talk about your important questions. So 7 questions have been given, and after reading this chapter, you must be in a position to answer this question, dear students. So let us see, what should be the priority of an individual? What should be the priority of an individual? एक इंडिविजुअल की प्रायोरिटी क्या होनी चाहिए, उसे किस चीज़ को प्राथमिकता देनी चाहिए? First of all, you have to understand the question properly, and these questions have been asked directly from the chapter that we have just studied. Second question is, what does the Constitution of India guarantee every citizen? Which kind of guarantee has been given by the Constitution of India? What does the Constitution of India guarantee every citizen? Question number 3. According to Shastri ji, who is a good citizen? Means what are its characteristics, what are its features, what are the qualities that qualify someone as a good citizen? Number 4. What is lost between the teacher and the student? The author talks about the present time, that what is the thing that has been lost between the teacher and the student. Number 5. What or which is the absolute loyalty of every citizen? The author here talks about loyalty. So what is the absolute loyalty of every citizen? What is the loyalty that is on the top, that is the final, that is supreme? So you have to answer what is or which is the absolute loyalty of every citizen. And number 6 is, how can our country progress according to Shastri ji? What are the terms and conditions for the progress of the country? What are the terms and conditions that ensure the progress of our nation, progress of our country? And number 7 is, where are the seeds of secularism shown? So this question we have just studied in the towards the end of the chapter. What are the seeds of secularism shown? Means at which stage and in which place the seeds of secularism are shown. So dear students, these are the important questions that you have to read, and you can answer. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you. All the best.